Introducing Mike Taison. I want a good, clean, hard fight.
6 months into Mike Tyson's professional career, and his reputation was growing, as was the issue of finding a boxer who could last more than a couple of rounds with the Iron Man. Manager Jimmy Jacobs designed Mike's busy schedule, but his devastating punch and hungry critics demanded a change in tactics. Fight number 8 was against a more experienced fighter called Michael Johnson.
Okay, we've got a fight coming up pretty soon here, a heavyweight fight. We've got Mike Tyson against Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson out of Florida with 12 wins and 5 losses, 8 by knockouts, is going to fight a very tough young man.
Yes, Mike Tyson, in my opinion, the most exciting young heavyweight in boxing. He keeps punching, 7 wins, 7 knockouts, no losses. Almost made the 1984 Olympic team at the age of 17. He's 19 now, and if you haven't seen him fight, you're in for a treat.
And he's also built like a bull. He's only 6 foot tall, but he's built. He's got a back that looks like a brick wall.
6 foot tall and 6 foot wide.
And Steve was able to talk to him a little bit earlier today, along with his manager. So let's take a look at that interview. Steve with Mike Tyson.
Steve Farhood with undefeated heavyweight Mike Tyson, 7-0, 7 knockouts, and his co-manager Jimmy Jacobs. Mike, so far the record is perfect. Do you think what you need right now is a good, tough distance fight?
Well, no, because as I look at it, the point, and as everything's going now, I'm confident. I'm getting more belief from the fights going to 1 round or 2 rounds, whatever they're going. Don't matter who it is. If the round happens to go 10 rounds, which I doubt, because as long as the fight go, I become more hungrier, and I dwell on the heat, everything, and I feel great when I fight. Maybe if I fight somebody and the fight goes 10 rounds, the outcome for the opponent would be even worse than a 1-round knockout.
Okay. Co-manager Jim Jacobs, you must be pleased with Mike's development so far. You have one of boxing's most exciting young fighters.
Well, it's true, Steve, but one of the problems that we have, Bill Caton and I, managing Mike, is that when you manage a fighter who's a devastating puncher, you cannot really calculatingly plan for a fight to go 8 rounds or 10 rounds, because Mike punches so hard that eventually the fighter goes out very early, which is a disadvantage for Mike because he doesn't get the rounds of fighting that you people would call experience.
Right. Okay. Mike, tonight you're fighting a fighter 196 pounds. You came in, I believe, your career high in terms of weight. He's really a cruiserweight. Is this something you're working on for speed?
Nothing at all. Again, you're asking the wrong person, because I didn't pick the opponent. You have to talk to Jim Jacobs. But as of the fight and everything, I'm looking at him just another passing point to the title. Whoever's in the way, I don't care who they are at the moment. They're just, people might say opponents, but as I say, I'm just going through them because this is for real, and Mike Tyson's for real.
Okay, Mike Tyson, Jim Jacobs, thank you both very much, and good luck.
Thank you.
And back here at the Atlantis Casino Hotel, Mike Forrest with Steve Farhood, and I got to tell you, I just spent an entire day with heavyweight champ Larry Holmes about a week ago, and Mike Tyson sounds just like him. But let's go up to Stefan Herreri for the official announcement of this bout.
It's in the heavyweight division. Our referee for this fight is Frank Cappuccino. First in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the red trim, weighing in at 196 pounds. His record is 12 wins, 5 losses. 8 of those wins by knockout. From Florida, please welcome Michael Jack Johnson. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the green trim. Undefeated with 7 wins, all of them by knockout. Hails from the Catskills in New York. Please welcome, weighing 219.5 pounds, Mike Tyson.
Well, I was about to say, when Stefan Herreri made the announcement, Mike Tyson really vocally sounds just like Larry Holmes. I mean, I thought I was back in Easton, Pennsylvania talking to the champ.
He does sound like him.
Unbelievable.
He's meaner, though.
Is he meaner?
Look at the size of him. He looks like the Incredible Hulk. He really does.
In that case, I'm glad I'm not Michael Jack Johnson.
Yeah,
Round number 1, scheduled 6, but hold on to your hats. Nobody thinks it's going to go that far. Oh, there he goes. He's just going to bull his way in. Those rights to the body. Left jab, right to the heart.
Quickly want to point out, first fight for Michael Jack Johnson in 2 years.
I'm glad you pointed it out because down he goes. The left hook just buried him, dug him in the ribs.
I think it was a
Michael
left and a
Jack
right.
Johnson went goodbye. That left hook just caught him and sent him right to the canvas.
23-pound weight advantage,
my goodness.
and he put it all there.
The right to the head, and it's all over. Goodbye.
I hope he's not hurt because that was a brutal, wide-open punch.
He did not have his guard up, and Mike Tyson just Michael Jack Johnson, a big smile, but he didn't even break a sweat.
He may have to run around on the boardwalk a little bit to get his night's work in.
Just to kind of wind down. You know, these fighters get geared up for these fights, and what's he going to do after a couple of seconds work?
He may take on the house. It was a right hand. It was a right hand right there. No, we didn't see it yet. I'm sorry. Here it comes.
There's the left
hook.
hook.
There's the hook to the body.
And
he missed the
with
right.
the right.
Yeah.
It was just the left hook, and he has so much power in that left. I mean, that's the kind that breaks ribs, folks.
That was a left hook to the liver.
Oh, my goodness. And look at that, man. That's Michael Jack Johnson flat on the canvas. The ring doctor kneeling over him as Mike Tyson has the gloves cut off. I don't even know why he bothered putting them on. Okay, Mike Tyson with the gloves off. Michael Jack Johnson got up off the canvas.
One right hand. He didn't wait for an invitation. Here it comes. Whoa.
I'll tell you, Michael Jack Johnson earned his money the hard way tonight.
Well, there's not much to say about that knockout except to watch it.
I think, as a matter of fact, that was such a fantastic finish. By the way, there's Michael Jack Johnson getting up, and I think my friend Steve Farhood is going to get up into the ring, and we're going to have him talk to Mike Tyson as soon as he can get in there. Look at Michael Jack Johnson. He's still hurting. That jaw might be broken. That jaw may very well be broken. There's the scene in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Frank Cappuccino stops this bout. Actually, it wasn't stopped. It's by knockout at 39 seconds of the first round. The winner, and still undefeated, with 8 knockouts, 8 wins, from the Catskills, New York, Mike Tyson.
Unbelievable.
Tyson. Have a nice round of applause, please, for Michael Jack Johnson.
And there's your winner. All by knockouts, all 8 victories. You heard it, 39 seconds of round number 1. The man, in the truest sense, is an animal, but we say that in a positive way as it refers to almost any athlete. You say he's an animal, it's a very big compliment. There's your loser, Michael Jack Johnson, still sitting down. The ring doctor will not allow him up until he's sure he's okay. He took a brutal shot to the face. A fantastic right hand by Mike Tyson, who is going to go a long way because he is strong. He is like a bull. And Steve Farhood is getting prepared to talk to the winner. As you look at the loser, still wondering where he is. Look at him. He still looks a little bit woozy. I wonder if his jaw did get broken. That was a tremendous shot he took. There's your winner again. As Steve Farhood is now in the ring, and he'll be talking with the winner right now, Mike Tyson, and his manager, Jimmy Jacobs. Take it, Steve.
Steve Farhood with the winner, Mike Tyson, manager Jimmy Jacobs. Mike, the first knockdown, left hook to the body, you saw an opening?
No, I was practicing mostly on the punching to the body. In this fight, I was very relaxed and very calm, and I plan on staying that way for all my fights in the present. And as you're saying, when I caught him with the left hook, I heard him grunt, and I thought come back real fast, and that was the game plan.
The right hand after that, you didn't wait for an invitation, went right at him.
Not at all. it's my style. You make your own opening. You time things. Everything was set up. When he went down the first time, I knew what was going to hit him, and that's how he planned. To be a pro fighter, I'm the master of the pinpoint. My shots are so accurate and so precise. Not to be egotistic, but when they land, they're so precise. I just can't help it who you are. You have to go down because it's a law when Mike Tyson hits you.
Any heavyweight was going to go down from that right hand the way you hit him.
I believe so also, and I'd like to thank my manager right here, Jim Jacobs, for giving me the opportunity to fight with Jeff Levine.
Okay, let's bring Jim in here. Jim,
Hi, Steve.
is he going to knock out everybody?
Well, we have a marvelous problem, Steve, as I told you before the fight. The marvelous problem is that it's very difficult with a kid who throws hydrogen bombs to get him experience. I mean, everyone states, well, why don't you get him fights where he'll go 7, 8, 10 rounds? The problem, which appears to be insurmountable, is that he is one of the most devastating punchers that I've seen in the last 10 years. And that's a problem. Nobody can take his punches. So until we can get someone who can go 5, 6, 7 rounds, it's going to continue to be a problem, lovely problem.
He proved the devastation tonight. It must be very hard also to get sparring partners.
It's extremely difficult to get sparring partners, but even more difficult now. Mike has only had 8 fights, but the word is out, and that is that every punch he throws is a knockout punch. I mean, the punches you saw tonight could knock out any heavyweight in the world. And it's a problem. He's a young 19-year-old boy with amazing talent, amazing punching ability, and we're going to have to struggle through.
Any timetable we can talk about at this point?
He's going to be moved up to 8-round fights, if you want to call them 8-round fights, at the end of this month. But it really doesn't matter whether you schedule a fight for 8 rounds or 20 rounds. You saw the type of punches that he throws, and it's a question of who can survive that type of punching. I don't know of any heavyweight who can take those kind of punches.
Jimmy, thank you. Mike, congratulations, the first round knockout winner. And back to Mike Forrest at ringside.
Thank you, Steve. Devastating puncher, Mike Tyson. Let's take a look at the first knockdown. This is the knockout, I'm sorry, because I just saw Frank Cappuccino step out of the way, and I'm glad he did, because if he had gotten in the way of that, oh my goodness. Oh, good night. Good night, Irene. The party's over for Mike Jack Johnson.